Greetings and salutations, my predators, and welcome back to Fate Grand Order Ordeal Call Paper Moon. Last time, we foiled the plans of Durga / Kali and stopped her from destroying this world at the cost of Kama. Now, after the aftermath of this rogue servant, I think we are heading to the end of the Paper Moon Holy Grail War. Wait, is it Holy Grail War? Yeah, whatever. I still have not rolled for NP2 Melusine. I am very angry and frustrated. Hopefully we can finish this all today and have enough time later to do some more rolls with my last bit of Saint course, because I'm not buying anymore because I already spent enough to buy a goddamn graphics card. Alright, Section 16. Section 16. Pure Distortion / Ultra Ego. Coming on! Kama. She fanned Shiva's flames. They were always conceptually burning her. But their increased strength must have been sufficient to burn away her spirit origin as well. What about you, Shion? I am not done as yet, but I have found my groove. With Kali gone and the energy no longer going berserk, things have begun to stabilize once more. I have also recovered crucial system privileges. I have only a few more tasks to complete, then I will establish a means of escape to the outside world. Please bear with me. At any rate, it seems this Holy Grail War may end before we get a chance to end it. Let's see how it plays out. Oh look, they're fine. Whoa there. You idiot. Lancer. I know. Those guys might have taken the flashiest dish for themselves. But it looks like it's still up to me to end this meal properly. I just sit up straight. I've had enough. I want what I want. That's it. But you people just keep insisting on getting in my way. Well, you're never getting it. Well, you're never getting it now. Just look at this place. Shut up! I'm not talking about the Holy Grail War. Now that you and I are face to face, weapons in hand, it's time we settle the score, once and for all. Ha! For once, I agree. What are you doing, Lancer? He should be a piece of cake. Whoa there, don't get the wrong idea here, Master. He might be a total jackass, and he might have the worst personality in all the world. But Master Drona, Balarama, and Krishna all agree that he is absolutely without equal in a fight with the Gada. Really? Well, except for me, of course. Except for me, of course. Ugh, that's exactly what I hate about you. I know it's a little late for this, but I wonder why we're fighting. We have no idea if the whole grill war is still ongoing, or what will happen if one of them wins. There's no telling whether our wish will be granted. But still, they fight. I even find myself quietly cheering for them. I think at this point, it's probably about pride for those two. That's probably why they're still going at it, even though everything is over, and there's no good reason to fight. Maybe the fight is actually what they both want. So then, why I'm still standing here too? Is my wish to just keep feeling guilty? No, I don't think it is. What I want lies beyond the guilt. At least, I'm pretty sure that's the case for this newest feeling of guilt. The guilt I feel over realizing something was wrong with her and not being able to do anything about it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You smiled so warmly at me, and you were so kind to me, and I couldn't even repay you. But, thanks to you, I realized something. Right now, guilt isn't what's taking up the most space in my head. It's what lies beyond the guilt. I wanted to make amends. I know. I get it. I finally understand. I can't make amends now. I'm much too late to make a difference. Even so, I still wanted to. I wanted to be forgiven for making a mistake, for not being able to do anything. But I couldn't forgive myself. I didn't want to forgive myself. So I searched for something that could take the place of forgiveness. And now, I think I found it. What is it, Master? Lost in thought? You getting hungry or something? Hey, Lancer. I know I probably shouldn't be asking you this while you're in the middle of a battle, but if you wanted to make amends for something, but you couldn't anymore, what would you do? What else is there but to do what you want? That's even more true if the person you wronged isn't around anymore. It's like I told you before. It's all about what you want to do. Yeah. So, right now, I want to win and go back to the place you wanted. I don't know what that will actually accomplish, but now that I want to protect her wish for her, I think there will be meaning in me going there. Can I? Selfish as it is? Even if it's all in my head, or just meaningless? Of course you can. Hell, you could even say the same thing about our battle right now. Oh, that scared me. Got it. Then I want you to win, Lancer. I want you to win so I can make all the selfish amends I want. You got it, Master. No, I'm just being thrown into a fight. I actually wasn't paying attention if it was a free no or not. Ooh. Is it permanent? One turn. Okay, so I got a free turn. So I can save my guts for later. Probably save that for the next turn then. So let's see. Apply a state of increased crit strength to yourself before dealing quick damage. And state the gain C-star during buster attacks for 3 turns. Really? Should I use? Fima is a very interesting servant. Unfortunately, he's terrible at German crit stars. I wonder if I should do the R recharge instead. Okay, his NP's coming up, and brush around guts. Okay. Yeah, I just saved it for longer. I felt it all along. I'm a fragment. I'm not the Bima I used to be. I'm not the man I once was. Not all of him. Except, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. On the contrary, I'm more fulfilled than I've ever been. I was always bigger and stronger than anyone else, so I've bore the weight of so many things in my life. My brothers, justice, victory, friendship, family, fame, muscles, cooking, social standing, smiles, trust, respect. But now, my life couldn't be simpler. There's nothing here that doesn't need to be. That's why I feel so fulfilled. I know what it is I see. I know what it is I should reach for. I saw the way she looked at me, the faith she had in me, as she entrusted me with her fondest wish. Who would I be if I denied her? That's the only thing I need to carry now. And that's enough. Victory. That's the best dish I can make and serve to the one who has put her trust in me. That's all I need to focus on. It's as simple as the way I'm living now. I'm living my life now. It might be the same word, but this isn't like the victory I achieved in the wars where I carried so much on my shoulders. This victory itself has no meaning. I'm not sure what I will gain from it. I'm just seeking it because I want to. Yeah, that's right. That's why this victory has nothing to do with war. It's just the same thing I've done with my rivals ever since I was a kid. A brawl. I don't need to hold back with this opponent. I can hit him with all my strength. No hesitation. There's just one thing. Something feels the slightest bit off. It's been nagging at me. It's not nagging my fulfilled self, though, but at the other parts of me I stripped away. My victory in the war? How did I obtain? But even that nagging feeling disappeared in the comforting familiar sounds of battle. I have no idea who. I think it's Duryodhana? I do think it's unfair. How could it not be? What's fair about the strong, righteous guy winning all the time? Yeah, I know, Bhima was always strong and righteous. He was a true hero, no doubt. I get that, and I think all my brothers did too. Anyone with eyes to see knows heroism is cool. So what's wrong with admiring it? What's wrong with wanting it for myself? The only problem is that the man who had what I wanted, well, we could never get along. The guy I was at odds with had it, so naturally I wanted it too. So I had to do the best I could with what I had to get it. What other choice was there? There was nothing I wouldn't do to get it, which meant I had to do anything I could. When I threw him into the river while he was unconscious, I set fire to his house. Oh, wait, no. So, I threw him into the river while he was unconscious. I set fire to his house. So what if people think that makes me a dishonorable, evil coward? I took the only options open to me. So what should I have done then? Just let the stronger guy keep it all to himself? Screw that. And if being strong, righteous, and cool wasn't enough, he also... This really takes me back. You're hanging in there really well. I'm impressed. Shut up. Don't you condescend to me. No, I'm serious. I'm complimenting you. You haven't used so much as a single underhand trick so far. You're really saying that, Bhima? So what? You're not going to try to hit me below the navel this time? Below the navel? During the Great War depicted in the Mahabharata, Duryodhana loses a duel to Bhima and dies. However, it was not an ordinary loss. It occurred because Bhima disregarded a rule forbidding duelists from striking below the navel, in revenge for a past humiliation he had suffered. Below the navel? What are you talking about? Huh? Hold on. How much of that war do you remember? Not all of it, that's for sure. I know Karna, Ashvatthama, and all you 100 princes were there, but that's about it. It's probably because this me has its origins in the time I was a cook in King Vidrata's palace. I see. So you don't remember. Well, isn't that just perfect? It's not fair. Not only does this alter ego you have everything I ever wanted, but it's even invalidated the one shred of righteousness I clung to in my final moments. Are you okay? Oh sure, I'm fine. It's no big deal. Not anymore. It just gives me all the more reason to beat you as you are now. And that's all it does.
Process phase 3 complete. It is not it is still not much, but I have at least a little room to breathe now. I'll keep my ether light connected and let 2 other parallel thought processes handle the rest. Let us see how Aeus is doing. We are still part of an alliance, and it is not fair that only Bima's master is still in good health. Hopefully she's okay. It seems she pushed herself quite hard. She looks like she is coming apart at the seams. That she is functioning at all is a small wonder. Good. You're awake. Try not to move. That connection you made has left you in quite bad shape. Where is he? Berserker? He is fighting right now. It is going...
Well, it's going. Whoa, why isn't Vega trying to install?
Not well, I'm afraid. I remembered. I understand now. I wanted a family. I missed having one, so I went looking for one. I knew what being alone felt like, and I didn't want to be alone here too. Aeus? Did you remember who your alter ego personality was when your AI functionality was diminished? Yeah, I did. I understand now that he's the family I was looking for. Correct.
Ranny?
Not to worry. My functional parts are still being worked on over there.
Huh? Damn AIs and their multiple bodies.
I am speaking to you now through a separate conversational interface projection. I'm not actually here, and I don't have any admin privileges. Thank you for letting me out to speak with them. No need to thank me. Continuing to refuse your request would simply have been more work. I just did the equivalent of moving an annoying chat window out of my way while I work. It was a perfectly rational decision. Thank you, just the same. Now, as I was saying, you were one of my boldest experiments among the Alter Ego Masters. Your master name is Alter Ego Isolated. I named you that because I'm basically a fragment of an Alter Ego servant? Affirmative. Berserker possessed a very unusual spirit origin. Within it, he contained the essence of all his siblings. It probably has something to do with how they were all created from a single mass of flesh.
Ew. So, what does that mean?
My real name, that is, the name of the personality model I received when I was made into an alter ego, is Tusala. When the 100 princes were born from a single mass of flesh, she became the 101st, their only sister. And she's me.
Oh.
Can I ask you a favor? Please take me to him. But What about? I know I'm in bad shape, but if I don't go now, I'll miss my chance. It's okay. I just want to stand on equal footing with Lancer's master. I'm sure Lancer won't try to come after me. Okay, I'll carry you there. Then let you lean on my shoulder. Thanks. Now we're talking. We are still working together after all, aren't we?
Yeah! What's the matter, Duryodhana? That all you got? Damn it. I can't believe I'm gonna lose to him again. Who am I? Before the war, I married the king. Oh, that's her. Okay, never mind.
Who am I? Before the war, I married the king of another kingdom. But my husband, King Garadartha, went off to fight alongside the Kauravas when the war began, and he never came home. And, of course, my 100 brothers all died on the battlefield as well. I never got to see their bodies. I only heard about their deaths when Arjuna visited my kingdom after the war. That was when I knew my brothers, my entire bloodline, was gone. No trace of them remained in this world. My brothers' reputations may not exactly have been sterling, but they were still my family. So of course I wish to see them again, just one more time. No, why stop there? I wish I could have been with them. I wish I could have fought with them. This may not be how I imagined it, but to think my wish was being granted all this time. Stupid.
Huh?
Stupid, stupid, stupid. Know what? Since it really looks to be true, I'm gonna say it again. You stupid brother of mine.
What? I knew it. Dasala! Is that you?
How should I know? But I do know Ayas, Dusala, and Alter Ego, and your master. And now that we finally found each other again, I thought this time I get to fight by your side without you leaving me behind. So how come you're just lying on the ground all alone, you stupid?
Stop calling me stupid, stupid. You have no idea how hard it is being the eldest brother.
Nope, just not. That's why I'll be cheering you on. I didn't get that chance last time. You went off on your own to fight, and you never came home. That's why you've at least got to win this time. I couldn't cheer you on then, but this time, I'll be right here by your side. By my command spell. Go get him, Berserker! My stupid brother!
Whoa! I forgot you still had this. Why didn't you use it sooner, you cheapskate?
Because you were in such bad shape, you'd have burst if I poured so much energy into you.
Oh, no. That's fine. I already used mine earlier. Taking the energy I've spent so far into consideration, I say we're finally on equal footing. Stop freaking condescending to me. Stop freaking condescending to me. It's always been like this. Since we were kids. You were always better than us. Always had everything we ever wanted. And then, after we resort to cowardly measures to try and take it for ourselves, you even take that cowardice from us too. You and Arjuna never let us keep anything for ourselves. But now I have a chance. If I can beat you now that you're just an ordinary hero, I'll finally get everything I want. Die, Bhima! I don't know if I should be cheering for him or not. How long is this gonna last? Nope, okay, that's perfect. How long is this gonna last? 3 turns! Okay, I don't know. Okay, so we get crit strings. More crit strings and get stars. Increase gather for a single ally. Get stars each turn. Increase MP gauge each turn. Decrease debuff resistance for all enemies. Okay. Unfortunately, he doesn't have arts increase, so it's kind of evenly distributed there. Yeah, this is Iskander again. Oh, he has like no survival instincts. I just realized that. He's all power. Damn, he guarded all of them? Oh, the debuff can't only last for 1 turn. I forgot to check if he's AoE server or not. Hopefully I can finish this today. Damn it, near the crit. Or not. Nice. Not nice. Brothers, my brethren born from the same flesh. Now is the time to lend your eldest brother your strength. Jai Kurava. I knew you and your brothers were one, and I'm ready to beat all 100 of you at once. Maruti Vayuputra. Just butchering these NP names. That's the reason why I'm not voice acting. I had no inclination to ever be one. Haha, I see. I messed up. I was ready for 100 siblings. but didn't count for the 101st. As I am now, that little difference was all it took. You see that? I won. I finally beat you.
What were you thinking, stupid? You don't look like you've won at all. Does this mean it's a draw? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh well.
We're hearing the end.
Both Bhima and Duryodhana have suffered irreparable damage to your spirit cores. It is only a matter of time until they disappear. This would seem to mark the end of your Holy Grail War. If this is what the stars have decided, then so be it. Although, I still don't understand where I went wrong. I can only offer my opinion on the matter, but I do not think it was wrong to focus on alter egos. You don't? No. There are things which only they can do, no question about that. I think it may all come back to the reason servants in general have names, personalities, and egos in the first place. Do you know why that is, Bear Draco?
No, I don't. Isn't it just because they're people?
I guess it may just be so natural for you that it is hard for you to consciously describe it. For me, I think it's because, in the larger scheme of things, they are more useful that way. Feelings, ego, and such things all feed into their strength. This complex interplay is what gives servants their power. But that also means they could deteriorate if their different aspects are separated unnecessarily. So you cannot simply bolster their numbers with a one-size-fits-all approach and call it good. If you require evidence, only take a look around. Those two may have fared okay, but Ryder and Caster's alter ego versions do not work at all, if you ask me. In fact, I think there is a very good chance they ended up weaker than their originals.
Yeah.
The one who tried to be no more than a tool, even if it meant pretending to be evil, to escape his lord shunning him. Ryder, the alter ego of hypocrisy. The isolated personality of a fictional character that lay inside his inspiration's spirit origin. Caster, the alter ego of fabrication. Good point. Looking at the analysis of what has transpired, I cannot deny that possibility. I did observe a significant amount of power in Saber, the alter ego of love and loathing. But I will admit that in the case of those two alter egos, some aspects shattered their overall balance. And yet, I wasn't able to calculate that result. I failed to reach the answer. Why is that? I think it's because you failed to account for the most important parameter of them all. Emotions. That resulted in significant structural flaws. All humans, heroic spirits included, rely on their emotions, ego, self-consciousness, and outward persona to determine their moment-to-moment actions. They are a complex interweave of numerous alter egos, all laid atop one another. That is arguably what makes humans human. But you are an AI. Your existence revolves around fulfilling a single command. And so you cannot understand this aspect of humans. You believed a single ego would be sufficient. I see. I can't deny that either. But that does lead to a new question. If what you have said is true, then why does the alter ego class exist at all? What is the difference between an alter ego that works and one that doesn't? To answer that, I think you take a closer look at what is before you. That goes for me too.
Oh wait, no, I think that's Shion.
That goes for me too. I should be watching what is transpiring here as well. So, I worthily turn to face the same direction as my AI companion. AIs are made with a purpose. Each is defined by a single crucial directive. The same may well be true for alter egos as too. Did I realize what it means to be a being made with such a focus? What their value is? What they can do? From a different perspective, did I realize how sad, sinful, and horrific their existence is? And at the heart of it all, did I realize what it truly means to be an alter ego? I have to face the truth for myself.
Sorry, Master. I let the excitement go to my head. Before I go, I should probably at least ask you this. Did you get what you wished for? I don't know. For me, this was never about anything more than making amends for my own selfish peace of mind. That said, I do think this meant something. Once this war is properly over, it won't be too long before our days are peaceful again. Sakura may not be here anymore, and I might not be able to get involved directly. But I do feel like I was at least able to affirm her wish right up to the end. Yeah, you did the best you could for someone else's wish. Who cares if it came from a less than positive place? It's the truth, and you should be proud of that. You know, if this helped you to find help you find a satisfying answer, maybe it's not so bad that I couldn't serve you up a victory on a silver platter. What's so funny? I just realized something. I won more battles than I could count. In life, but here I am, completely satisfied in defeat. Sure, there were those times Hanuman wiped the floor with me to show off just how strong he truly was. But I've never felt this way from an ordinary brawl before. And against Duryodhana, of all people too. This really is something else. That explains it. This must be one of the reasons I lost. I couldn't possibly win when I don't really care about victory or defeat. Especially when the other guys all raring to go. Still, I may not have any regrets about this fight, but that doesn't mean I don't have other regrets. There's still one thing I can't help but feel bad about. Huh? I'm sorry I didn't manage to serve you any food you enjoyed. You're wrong. You got it all wrong. Your cooking was always delicious. Of course it was. The problem was me. I'm the one who didn't think I had any right to smile after eating something so good. I'm sorry, Lancer. Even in your final moments, I couldn't give you anything but regrets. I'm sorry I couldn't appreciate how good your cooking was. I'm sorry I wasn't able to let you do anything heroic. If only I'd been normal. You could have fought and won instead of just cooking all the time. Now you're the one who's got it wrong, Master. I'm glad it ended up like this. I'm glad I spent all my time here cooking for you, and only fought one battle at the end. If I'd been my perfect warrior self, who had already had everything I wanted, then I might have been really pissed off about losing this battle. And sulking like a spoiled brat right about now. Not to say I'm not a little pissed off about how he beat me right now. Honestly, it's embarrassing. It's a good thing my brothers aren't here to see this. But never mind that. My point is because I'm not just my warrior self that I'm able to go out feeling fairly satisfied. So I think you're fine just the way you are. Even though you're trapped by guilt, and you don't know why, you still decide to fight to make amends. That tells me you're going to be all right. Oh, this is totally distinct. I don't know if this will mean anything to you, but I hope you can make amends for the guilt you harbor so deep inside one day too. Yeah, I hope I can too. Do you think I can? I already taught you the trick. Just do what you want to do. Sure, pain you can't forget sucks, but it's also a good motivator. In our case, we managed to survive our banishment and the war because we never forgot the humiliation we suffered. So, if you're saddled with guilt, you can't forget. It also means you've got a source of strength that'll never go away. That's a better way to use your guilt than letting it overwhelm you until you can't do anything at all. Can't forget about it? Make it work for you. Turn it into fuel that will keep you moving forward forever. Fuel that will keep you going no matter the difficulties or hardships you face down the road. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to start using this guilt as a motivation I'll never ever forget. And I'll let it help me walk the path I want to take. Well, looks like it's about that time. See you around, Master. Next time we meet, I'll cook you a meal so good you won't be able to help smiling once you've tried it. Count on it. Yeah, I can't wait. Now I kind of feel bad. Seems my wish was somewhat granted. In the end, he never even tried to hit me below the navel. It got me thinking, what does it mean that he didn't try? What was he thinking back then when he did it? Was the personality that chose not to resort to such a trick always there within him? The more I think about it... Hang on, what am I doing? Who cares? Thinking about it won't change me, him, or the past. All that matters is that today I won. At long last, it's my time to shine. Let the good Duryodhana times begin. Hey, what's the big idea? The word should be on a pedestal, not lying in someone's lap.
Who cares? You're always too worried about appearances anyway.
Hey, when you look as good as me, who would blame you for caring?
Well, I guess you don't look too bad. I thought you'd keep your mouth shut.
It's okay, just be honest. I can tell you agree with me anyway.
So, are you satisfied?
My answer's obvious, so instead I'll ask you. What about you? Are you satisfied?
I guess, but only barely. You, our brothers, my husband, my father-in-law, I didn't have any idea you'd all died until it was too late. For all you know, I could have ended up hating you all for just going off to fight and leaving me all alone. At least this is better than that. This time, I got to stay with you right to the end. I can at least stay by your side until you're gone.
I see. No, wait, what are you saying? I'm still perfectly healthy. In fact, I'll even answer your question. Hell no, I'm not satisfied at all.
You're not? Not at all? Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't find anything I was looking for. So maybe I'm just barely satisfied, like you. Listen, I've been looking for everything this world has to offer. That's what I want. So, of course, the sister I had who had to leave on her own path would be a part of that.
Thanks.
Huh. I didn't realize you were missing, or that I was wondering where you'd gone until I knew it was you, though. You can't blame me for that, though. How was I supposed to notice one out of 100 siblings going missing? You've got to be more careful not to get lost, damn it. Hold on to my sleeve, if that's what it takes. Actually, on second thought, make it Dusasana's sleeve. Having you cling to me would get annoying.
No way. Dusasatana would totally yell at me for that too.
Then hold on to one of our other brother's sleeves. I don't care who. Look, I had a lot going on back then. Way too many brothers to watch. Plus, I had to train them, make allies. And I had to lead us all in the war. As greedy as I was back then, this version of me now wants even more. Who are you? If someone had asked me that, I would have told them. I'm probably the alter ego of Avarice. It was nice going after everything I wanted, but it wasn't enough. Of course, just finding my sister isn't going to be enough to satisfy me.
You're the worst. Still, I know that's just who you are.
Man, I'm sleepy. I guess even I can't beat the Sandman. This sucks. There's still so many things I wanted to get before I fell asleep. Yeah, that's right. I'm greedy. So, hey, you, come here. Yeah, you, Bear Draco.
Me?
You and I, we're still in an alliance, so I've got an order for you. Since I'm not going to be able to get everything I want, make sure you at least get everything you want in my place. Oh, don't look at me like that. I don't know what you're up against, but you've got a battle ahead of you, and it's to save the world, right? If you winning that battle leads to saving the world, you're as good as claiming the world for yourself.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Well, it's true. So I'm naming you my proxy. You're going to get the world in my place. There we go. Now I can sleep in peace. Oh, I thought I actually failed.
Oh, I'm sorry about him. Don't worry about it, okay?
It's fine. I think that was just his way of encouraging me.
You think so? I'm not sure I agree, but I appreciate how charitable you're being. Anyway, I pushed myself so hard earlier that I'm about at my limits. So while we're here, do you mind if I say something? Thank you for all your help. I'm glad you were the first master I met here. I was so happy when you rescued those repair girls from Casta. I'm sure that kind heart of yours is going to save everyone else in your upcoming battles too. So good luck, and please take care of yourself.
Well, I entrusted what came next to Ashvatthama back then, and now I'm going to do the same thing with you. Yet another example of how incredible I am, delegating the last parts of things to someone else so I can take it easy. So I'm going to do this right. From now on, You're the commander. Got that? Whatever you do, make sure you claim the world for yourself.
They found an answer that meant something to them, because they were alter egos, not in spite of it. I think that was true for at least some of the servants in this world as well. I cannot deny that this has meaning. Generally speaking, alter egos are purified versions of their original selves. That is why they sometimes go down paths and open up possibilities which would be difficult for their normal personality. Then, I suppose it was my method of creation that was responsible for my failure. Not at all. I think we actually need to be paying attention to the reverse. We should be looking at how they are made before questions of problematic process come into the picture. The question we need to ask is not, how do we purify people to create alter egos? Instead, we should be asking, why were the alter egos already purified when they were created? I think alter egos are born precisely because they are purified. Unlike their standard selves, they are focused on one particular feeling. This happens when those feelings become too strong or even overwhelming. Which is why the resulting being contains new possibilities not present in the original. I see. So you're saying alter egos require a kind of naturally occurring directive to be effective? Not necessarily. I would not say it is impossible for one with the kind of power you were looking for to form spontaneously. Especially when one so close to holding such new possibilities lasted in this world, right up to the end. Conversely, it is also not guaranteed that such an alter ego would form spontaneously every time a given being naturally possesses such feelings. In the end, alter egos remain fragments of personalities, so some are not durable enough to survive alone. I think that is probably why so many of them end up tied to multiple divinities. At any rate, it seems clear now that creating alter egos by forcibly separating personalities was never likely to yield with the kind of power we would need. Then, it seems mine truly was a twisted equation. That it was akin to searching for meaning in the starry sky, and allowing myself to be so dazzled by the sheer number of them that I included paper moons I floated myself in the question. That's right. I still need to answer that question. If anything here is twisted, it is your own natures. You have already created countless alter egos. You've agreed that they make excellent additions to a fighting force. Why is one alter ego acceptable, but not 100? What makes 10 permissible, but 1,000 taboo? Your inability to answer this is what is twisted, one alter ego or not. It makes no difference. The fact remains that you are aware of the twisted nature inherited to alter egos, and you accept them without either question or reason all the same. That is one of the human race's worst habits. You allow unfettered emotion to cloud your capacity for rational thought.
It's true. Using alter egos is twisted, regardless of how many. But I want to think that doesn't make it wrong.
Why is that?
Because they all know and accept that they're alter egos. And I think that probably means it's probably okay.
I see. So you trust the alter egos in Kalia. You believe the fact that they form naturally is proof they are right to exist. So you didn't have to find a reason. It already existed inside of them. Now I understand. What seemed twisted at first may actually just be a series of righteous things layered atop one another. I can't deny that too is a possibility. Even if, astronomically speaking, it seems like a miracle, so unlikely as to be practically impossible. Yes, failing to realize that is probably the most important reason for my calculations having gone awry. Emotions, people, alter egos, the ways beings' wills, power, and personalities exist and intermingle. I see now that I should have tried to study those things more closely from my vantage here on this paper moon. I've reached my final processing phase. It won't be long now before this conversational interface and the Dust of Osiris AI Holy Grail War system disappear. Suffice to say, you are going to be quite thoroughly rebooted, so there will not be any room left for irregularities. I wonder what's going to happen to this world. This conceptual paper moon world only arose thanks to the power of the microscopic Holy Grail that spawned here. Once you retrieve the Holy Grail, there will be no way left to observe it. From the outside, you will only see the paper moon work normally, as any other device. So, what will we see on the inside? I can only estimate based on the information to hand. But it may be that this world will continue to operate as it did before the Holy Grail War began. I see. In that case, I have a favor to ask. That is fine. I can lay out a path before we go. Consider it a bonus. Besides, the winner of this Holy Grail War was always meant to become this world's central governing AI. And when that happened, you, that is, the personality known as Reign the 12th, would be merged with them and disappear. So for you, the end of the AI Holy Grail War, the end of an AI Holy Grail War, was the beginning of the next phase, as well as the end of your own existence. A small price to pay for the greater good. As long as my functionality is carried over, that's all that matters. Alright, this may just be something of a ceremonial position, but I will set it so you become the next central governing AI once the position is vacant. Serijira. And from there, I just need to keep things running normally. From somewhere no one will see me. Well, if I can keep Grow and the other arrows all working like normal, maybe it'll be enough to let Sakura rest in peace. By the way, what sort of alter ego AI was Serijira? Serijira was just as experimental as the master of Berserker. I put her together at the last minute in response to the shape events. I put her together in the last minute in response to the shape events were taking. She is. Huh. Why did I not realize that myself? Why the secret? I mean, I understand I am an alter ego myself right now, but even so. So that's how it was. It still doesn't feel real even after hearing that. I mean, I guess it does a little, but that's all. I've told you everything I need to. It won't be much longer now. Oh wait a minute. There's still something I need to tell you. Reign the 12th, the current version of the Paper Moon's central governing AI. I just want to say something to you as an alchemist of the Atlas Institute. Your experiment may have failed, and may have been going down the wrong path from the start. But none of that changes the fact that you did your best to avert the destruction you foresaw, all without anyone being the wiser. and that is a wonderful thing. You have fulfilled your duty admirably. Even if your actions were ultimately mistaken, I still commend you for your work. Trite as this expression may be, we cannot let fear of failure stop us from conducting experiments. Well done, Rennie the 12th. You can recall your mistake and still sleep with no regrets. Thank you. That's right. All I ever wanted was to avert the impending destruction. Which is why I will dedicate the possibility that my observation may have been mistaken and the significance of my failed experiment to your upcoming journey. May the stars bless you on your way. And may the stars of the northern sky illuminate your way, even in the darkest, most difficult times. Alright, while we did not plan to come here, it is still good manners to leave a place cleaner than you found it. I can at least make sure everything is in its proper place. Now, I just opened the Spiritron escape gate with which to log out. I think I will make a door to make the metaphor clear. Alright, we can go. Is there anything else before we leave? Yeah, I at least know what I have to say now. If we ever meet again, I hope we can talk. And that's all. Of course, I'd be glad to. See you. Oh, I just remembered. This will be the end of this version of me, too. So let me say this now, Bear Draco. Especially since I do not want to bring back any regrets to my outer self. I am glad I got to go on this adventure with you. It was a lovely dream. This version of me was never meant to exist, and that means this has been truly miraculous. What do you mean by that? Log. Wait, what? Oh, got the guy. Cause got Amber. So many goddamn Bargus. So mad. Section 17. Epilogue. Senpai! How are you feeling, Senpai? Morning, Mash. You look like you always do. Phew. What a relief. Yep. Vows are all looking good. Not that there was ever a problem with that. Or a problem with them. More like you fell into a strange coma. But not one like your usual REM state. Then you woke up just as suddenly. It's a real head scratcher, all right. And then there's Shion. Same thing happened to her, right down to waking up at the same moment. Yes, that certainly was strange. But now that we have both woken up and we are in perfectly good health, I would say we have nothing to be concerned about. Do you not agree? I mean, sure, but that's the most important thing, but did this actually happen for no real reason? Like, did you two get hit with localized sleeping gas? An electromagnetic pulse to your brains? Some unknown form of magecraft? Wow, you got right in two things. I can't help but think there must be a reason behind this. Ah, right. I just recalled the problem we were working on prior to Bear Draco and I falling asleep. How is Paper Moon doing now? Oh, that? For some reason, it started working again right around the time we woke up. It's working like always now, though we're still checking to make sure. I wonder what happened with it. We need to keep digging to see if we can find out. We'll need to keep digging to see what we can find out. I see. I'm glad to hear it is back to its old self. The Paper Moon. You look troubled, Senpai. Is something wrong? I suspect you had a dream while you slept, yes? Do you recall what it was about? I think we were married, Shion. I do think I was dreaming, but no, I can't remember. Surprise. Sorry to interrupt, but can I ask you something? Our Foundation of Humanity grade just jumped from E to D not too long ago. Do you two have any idea why that might be? It did? No idea. How about you, Shion? No comment from me either. After all, it was not something I experienced. So let's just chalk it up to both me and Bear Draco growing without realizing it. The important thing is that one of our problems is solved. Can we not just be happy about it? About that? Him? That's weird. It's not like Shion to be so vague. More importantly, I think you should keep examining Master Bear Draco. It seems he pushed his brain harder than usual this time, so that deserves a thorough checkup. Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, one last round of medical exams, then we'll call it a day. We might still call you in for a follow-up, but for now, the best thing you can both do is rest up in your own rooms. Not you though, Mash. I want you to stay and rest here, where I can keep an eye on you until you are properly recovered. You haven't gotten a wink of sleep since Bear Draco lost consciousness. You've been at his bedside the whole time, so I'm ordering you to get some rest right here, right now. I mean, I can sleep with Mash. That'll probably help her. Oh, I get the feeling you are about to have an unusual visitor. I would like to see what happens next, but my room is off that way, so I would just wish you good night. Yeah, I just realized I don't think we ever seen like this background at night. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Oh. Oh. Hi, Elron. Yeah, you know who I am, right? I'm Sarajira Elron. I work in the records department. I don't think we've ever had a conversation before. But now I'm really curious about her for some reason. She is the alter ego, the involved type, I suppose you could say. She just happened to be nearby during the first rotation, so she probably was at least physically close to you. However, her alter ego is just a copy of the original's personality model, so she has no direct connection to her counterpart in the outside world. Your minds were drawn in here by direct, if accidental, intervention, which probably rendered your bodies comatose. But the real Sarajira is going about her normal life, completely unaware that she's been copied. Any feedback she does experience is likely to be no more than a slight subconscious tingle of sorts. The reason there is such a difference between you two and her is that, well, she was already in a state of mind that made her very easy to copy. Whereas the two of you fell in here entirely by accident. That's why she became an official master AI, and you didn't. I can only guess, but I believe she may have already been slightly mentally unstable, such that it would be easy for a fragment of her personality to be detached. She was likely experiencing the kind of instability which would make her dislike who she is, and look for a chance to become someone else. Hey. Yes? Ah. Don't just shout like that. You scared me. So, anyway. I usually leave the personal relationship stuff to Mjolnir and the others, so we never really talked much before. But there's something I want to talk to you about now. Would you come with me? It won't take long. So, what's this about? Well, there's something I've been meaning to apologize for. I just suddenly had the feeling now would be a good time to talk to you. Okay, here goes. Remember back when your pants were missing? I took them. Wait, she's the one who kidnapped me?
December 27th, 2019. The blizzard had come and gone. Now all that remains is a clear blue sky. Before long, the pale blue is marked by a single black dot of an approaching helicopter. The helicopter brings important passengers and the harsh reality that the end is close at hand.
Oh man, they're almost here.
Wait, what are they talking about?
Wait, what, me?
Oh man, they're almost here.
What are you upset about? Are you really gonna be sad to say goodbye to this job?
Of course not. Sure, I've got other things to do too. But I knew when I took this job that being... Okay, I have no idea who the hell this is gonna be then. Being the gatekeeper for a secret Antarctic base would be boring as hell. I swear, who did they think was gonna come visit us? Local penguins? Still, boring as the job is, it's a big deal knowing today is my last day.
Is that how it works?
Anyway, why are you here to help out in my first and last big moment at this job? Wait. Does this mean you want to spend as much time with me as possible before we say goodbye, Sarajira?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm just following orders. This might well be the first time anything noteworthy happened at this gate. So they want a record keeper here for posterity. And also, how many times do I have to tell you not to call me by my first name?
I can't help it. It's such a great name. I wonder how many times I've used it anyway. So, hey, I know it's a long shot, but there's something I've been wanting to say. We've been working together a pretty long time now, and I guess we'll be getting out of here and going our separate ways soon, so... I was wondering if you'd like to grab a bite to eat with me sometime. I'm serious.
312.
Huh?
That's how many times you've called me by my first name without my permission. I kept track.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. I guess that's the reason why you went into record keeping.
That's not the point. My point is, do you really just want to grab one bite with me? You've been trying to get to know me for a while. Pretty unsubtly, too. As many times as you use my first name. Do you really want to ask me out just this one time?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I was going to ask you out a bunch of times. As long as you say yes, I'll keep inviting you. So, Does this mean you're saying yes? It does, right? Oh man, this is great. I'm so glad I finally worked up the courage to ask. Hey, come on. Stop pumping your fist and get back to work. Look, they're outside the gate right now. Oh shit, this day. That must be our new director, Gordov Musk, music. And... who's the pink hair lady? His secretary? Probably, yeah. There's people from the UN Inspection Committee here, too. That's sure not just a bunch of randos. Hey! Where's the mic on this thing? Is this it? We're here! Someone open the gate, damn it! Yeah, alright. I gotta do this whole check-in protocol thing for me the first time ever. Would you hit that button to let them in once the light turns green, Sarajira? Also, what would you like to eat? Got it. I'm good with anything, but Portuguese food would be nice to have again. I haven't been back home in ages. I don't think we made it out of here. So, there you have it. I was the one who opened the gate and let them in. As I look back on it, that was our last chance to stop all this from happening. I keep dreaming about how things would be different if I just realized something was off back then. It's not just you. We're all prepared to let them in. I know. We're all writing up documents, getting ready for court hearings, and Director Music's takeover was completely legal. Hell, he was tricked just like the rest of us, for that matter. So I know we were basically destined to end up here. But even so, I can't help but think about what would have happened if I hadn't hit that button. The fact is, I pushed us across that final line between this happening and not happening. And I just can't let that get out of my head. Maybe I could have noticed something was off with Koinskaya and told them the gate was acting up or something. Maybe I could have then talked to one of the higher ups and things would have turned out differently. The higher ups being like Da Vinci? I'm not sure if you could have stopped anything. She's the one left at that point. Maybe if things had gone differently, he would have made it onto the border too. And I wouldn't have broken my promise to have dinner with him. There's so many possibilities all swirling around in my head. I can't just forget what happened. I mean, I'm a record keeper. I write journals for fun. And my family's lineage as memory magecraft never lets me forget anything. That's why I can't get rid of this guilt. All the time, I've got this giant ball of guilt making me wonder how things could have gone differently if I'd just been a little more careful. I've talked about this in therapy. Maybe everyone else here already knew how guilty I feel. Hell, maybe even you noticed at some point. But right now, for some reason, I got the urge to tell you myself. I wanted to apologize to your face. So please, let me say this. I know it's selfish of me, but I just have to get these words out. I'm sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. And that guilt you're carrying around, we all share it too. That's right. We all feel guilty. And as for how we can put it behind us, forget about it, whether we should forget about it, whether we can even make amends, well, I don't think anyone knows the answers to those questions yet. So I hope you'll keep helping us all look for them.
Okay. That's right. Strange person I feel like I met in a dream. Letting the guilt overwhelm me isn't going to do anyone any good. So even if I can't forget it, I can still use it to fuel me and let it drive me to do what I can, how I want. And I'm going to trust that one day, that'll be enough to finally make amends. Almost done. Well, it's Mr. Sarajira. Is it Common X? That's strange. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Kind of lonely? Anxious? Oh, how so? Kama! Go on, tell me. What did you forget? What's got you feeling lonely? Actually, huh? Weird. I think it just went away. Really now? What's that all about? Hey, they said you were in a coma or something, and none of them knew why. So I thought I'd stop by to see if there were any fun changes in you. But you look the same as ever. You're so boring. Why could you be drowning in your woes and booze, or whining about not wanting to work anymore or something? All I wanted was a golden opportunity to drag you into depravity, and you couldn't even give me that. Head pat time. What? What is it? That reminds me. Don't work too hard without checking in with us. Huh? Why are you scolding me when I didn't even do anything? Did you forget that I've been boycotting my entire God of Love gigs this whole time? You really don't need to tell me not to work too hard. Way ahead of you there. So, don't get the wrong idea, okay? I'm only here because, well, it just worked out that way. Even so, I'm glad you're here. Are you still half asleep or something? Why would you be glad to see the Demon King of Depravity? Maybe you really did experience some kind of degenerative, self-destructive change. The kind just begging to be corrupted. But for now, why don't you just treat yourself a bit? Go on back to sleep if you're still drowsy. You know, I think I will. You convinced me. Good night. It could be that the alter egos wanted to materialize. That these other personalities that still exist, despite being ignored and repressed, were nothing more than to come to the forefront. Maybe the very expression of that desire is what makes alter egos what they are. Which would mean that the alter egos who long for love, no matter how minute, is still somewhere inside the servant that created her. Idiot. Can't believe it didn't head pat her. For shame. Well, that was certainly embarrassing. Now that I have analyzed Randy the 12th and determined how she came about, it is clear that this incident was one of the ordeal calls that man told us about. Still, quite surprised to see so much distortion built up on the Paper Moon, all places. It may not have risen to the level of the 7 taboos, but if I had been a little more diligent, maybe we could have discovered this distortion before it became a problem. As I am meant to be the Paper Moon's caretaker, this has been a humbling experience. The only positive is that despite being taken by surprise, we were still able to resolve the situation. Everything else simply demonstrates how much room we have for improvement. and thanks to my frequent use of memory partition, I can recall the whole experience clearly. In fact, I wonder if I am the only one who does. Kama is also accustomed to existing as multiple versions of herself. I would not be surprised if she remembers too, but I think I will be merciful and not bring it up. As for Miss Elrond and Barrel Draco, I would expect their memories are subconscious at best. Still, an opportunity like this does not come along every day, so I may as well go over it as a thought experiment. We were brought into the Paper Moon's world during the first spin of the Alter Ego generating centrifuge. It is therefore extremely likely that Barrel Draco was an alter ego too. And what kind of alter ego was he? His poor condition when we first entered that world may be a hint. He was in bad enough shape that he could barely fight without help from my Etherlight. So he was in suboptimal physical condition for reasons unknown, and there was a discrepancy between his mind and body. Put all this together and... now I see. Hypothesis 1. He was an alter ego who was fed up with fighting. Yes, I like that idea. In fact, I certainly hope he has such a side to him somewhere. Ideally, no human should ever want to fight more than is necessary. If he lacks that trait, then he will never be able to go back to a normal life once the fighting is over. Let us try the opposite approach. If a given person was excited about fighting a battle for the fate of the world, and was neither hesitant nor concerned about it, if that person did not have the slightest trace of a personality that would push them to avoid fighting where it was necessary, that person would be a berserker in human form. Something about them would have to be broken. Such a person would never be able to return to a normal life after the fighting ended. They would continue to seek bloodshed wherever they went. But fortunately, Barrel Draco has also demonstrated the strong likelihood that he will not go down that path. That's good. That's how he should be. Well, when he used Medusa's virtual noble phantasm, Mystico, to fight back himself, I did also see that he was completely unafraid to stand on the front line. But the one does not cancel out the other. There are many times in people's lives when they end up loving someone despite trying to avoid it. And when they fight in hope of not having to fight again. Of course, if he is willing to fight despite being sick of fighting, as long as he has sufficient reason, that is a worrying possibility unto itself. But there's probably nothing we can do there except encourage him to continue seeing a therapist. Another possibility, made perhaps with the benefit of hindsight, is that he did not win the Holy Grail War. Using that as a hint, maybe it was a version of him which was not the last master of humankind. It was not responsible for the world's fate. Maybe that version of him was just an ordinary master. An alter ego who was just looking to take it easy for once. That one seems unlikely. Of course, ultimately, this is just conjecture. It could simply be that he was pulled into that world because he was a master with command spells. And that he was the one exception that was never made into an alter ego at all. In that case, his poor physical condition could be chalked up as a simple reconstruction error during the import process. I think I would give that one about 50-50 odds. Anyway, I think that's enough considering what happened to Barrel Draco for a time being. Right now, I need to reflect on my own mistakes. Like the fact that I took advantage of my childhood appearance. To use that thread I threw away because it was simply too unethical to rely on. Talk about a black mark. Anyway, I suppose I failed to realize I still had these feelings. Even though I had long since come to the conclusion that I should not be their friend. it seems there is still a childish part of me who wants to, regardless. That simply will not do. I had better exercise this memory permanently. But despite myself, I still decided to play back just one part of it. Although this version of myself standing here never forgot what I decided my place should be. Now that I have adventured through a world where I was able to forget that place, if briefly, I thought I should reaffirm the feelings that led me to make that original decision.
That's it. The end.
Oh hey, isn't that...
I see you're really enjoying that curry bread, Zuzu.
No, you can't have a bite. Baker and that super jack new cook came up with this curry bread together. It's got a perfect balance of spice, salt, sugar, and other amazing flavors. If you want one, go get your own. What's that? You want to know what I'm reading while I snack? It's some kind of essay that just popped up in the database one day. It was a good test subject for my emergency excitation response system. But once I used that to materialize it, I didn't have anything better to do than, well, read it.
So, what's it about?
It's a it's a treatise on alter egos, how they are formed, and the implications of their existence, that kind of thing. We have been quick to make use of this class of servants despite not understanding their greater significance or true nature. And perhaps it is time we take a moment to reconsider that choice. I believe doing so will lead us to a greater understanding of alter egos in general. And also help us learn how to make even more effective uses of power. I know, right? Take yourself real seriously. Oh, it goes on to say this too. Alter egos generally appear of their own accord. So be warned that unless you are using yourself as material, you already possess an incredible OP skill. Intentionally making a new one would be both difficult and ill-advised. Well, duh. Hell, even speaking for myself, I have no idea why this version of me is an alter ego. But you don't regret being one, right? Of course not. I might not know why I came out like this, but I know exactly why I am this way. Honestly, it's because of my deep, abiding love for Lady You. That's part of this essay I agreed with the most. It says that even though alter egos are derived from fragments of the original's personality, the nature of their existence also makes it possible for them to do things the original couldn't. In my case, if I was still my old self with all my extraneous ties and obligations, I wouldn't be able to live the dream of devoting everything to Lady You. It'd be nice if you put a little effort into her job, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I kinda get the feeling someone once said they're hollow creations with nothing of substance. But even if that's true, I don't think that's all there is to them. Even if the alter egos think of themselves as no different than walking dolls, burning their very selves for fuel, and that they wouldn't be able to do anything if they weren't made from emotions, there's no denying their purity. And there must surely be places reachable only by beings as pure as them. Oh. Since I'm one of the keenest intellectuals around here, and one of the alter egos in question, I think I'll add my own thoughts on the subject. I'm pretty sure regular people are just as capable of doing the same things as alter egos filled with a singular focus. For example, let's say you accomplish a great feat and go down in history. Maybe the you who accomplished that wasn't the normal you, but you who only lived to love someone else. Maybe it was a you who just wanted to protect a certain someone, even if it cost you your life. Or maybe it was a you who only cared about killing someone. My point is, maybe those alter egos are just a series of countless moment-to-moment heroic forms everyone has within them. Or something like that. I'm not sure I get it, but I think I get it. Which is it? Oh well, it's no big deal. Like I said, I was just reading this because I didn't have anything better to do.
I love Zufu. Some old-timey jazz, chosen by who knows who, echoed quietly throughout the cafeteria. The musician was singing a heartfelt song about how, as long as you believed in them, even artificial creations and paper moons can become as real as anything else. It got me thinking, maybe, in the same way sabers fight with swords, and lancers fight with spears, alter egos fight with the strength that comes from devotion to something besides themselves. And that's the end of that chapter. Complex breakthrough! That was nice. Ooh, got Torch of the Polar Star. I have no idea what that's for. One Holy Grail! Another grail for my collection. Oh. Got craft essence. Oh. God damn, it's scared to craft me. What's going on in Japan? It's only a paper moon.
I'm glad to have adventured with you. It was a pleasant dream. That time was a miracle for me. We should have not existed in the first place. That's right. If I had to choose something important to me, this moment would eclipse all others. Ah, this warmth and sensation. I've always wanted this.
This is a painting of a dreamscape. It shows an image of a world where individuals who were split apart managed to carry out the purpose that was born deep within their hearts, rather than acting in accordance with someone else's idea and written as code. You imagine as you nap, the gentle melodic sighs coming from the girl's quiet breathing. I have 8. Not enough for her. Not enough for a roll. Okay. Oh, my daily 1. Forgot about that. Come on, Melcene, come on! Please! Let me out of this hell! God damn it. Come on, Melcene. Come on, servant. Oh my god. Second last one. Come on, Melcene. Hey, last one, Bab. Probably MP5 her. My god. Come on, Melusine. I just want MP2. I just want MP2. I'm not asking for a lot. Yeesh. The last roll. Come on, Melusine. That's a miss. Servant. Bazooka. Darius. Servant. Rider. Alexander. Huh. Is that a good sign? They're connected, aren't they? Come on, Melusine. Servant. Ruler. Nope. Caster. Mephistopheles. Come on, Melusine. See? Beyond the waves. Come on, Melusine. Servant. Come on, Ruler. Lancer. Azuin Inchun. Come on, Melusine. Damn it. See. Another Beyond the Waves. Come on, Melusine. And Ryoji Dojin Temple. I think I spent like 2,000 quartz. Servant? Ruler? Nope, Master. God damn it. Oh, one more, come on. Melusine! Show me the ruler card! Show me the ruler card! Nope, Saber. Man. God, like a minimum roll too. Well, that's the end of my Melusine dreams. God damn, I'm pretty sure I spent 2,000 screen quartz. That is depressing. It is deeply depressing. Oh. That's the end of the story. I'm out of scene course. I'm out of tickets. And we are out of time. So, thankfully, we did finish all of Paper Moon. So that's closed the chapter in FEO for a while. I'm never gonna have a MP2 Melusine apparently. At least I'll have this MP1 with me. Until then. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.